everybody, I'm Alexandre Zana, a product owner for iTop, and I'm with Axelle Bost.
Hi.
Which is working on the integration part. Today, we are going to talk about the roadmap for 2023. First of all, I'm going to remind you our release strategy, which has been put in place 2 years or 3 years ago. So we decided to deliver 2 types of versions. First of all, the long-term support versions, which are very stable and that are maintained over a long period, at least 3 years for the bug fixes. 2 years for the bug fixes and 1 year more for the security fixes. It can be longer, but it's at least 3 years. Then we can deliver many short-term support versions. There are intermediate versions which add new functionalities and which are maintained over a shorter period until the next release. So if we want to see the roadmap of this strategy, we can see that the 2.6, iTop 2.6 is no more maintained. So we support it for our client, our customers, but we don't do bug fixes or security fixes. We only support maintains and the 2.7 and the 3.0, which will be maintained for a long time for the 2.7 and a short time for the 3.0. So what we are going to provide you this year on iTop, as you should know, we are working on the new version, which is the 3.1, and we have released 3.1 alpha, which is the first version, which is not official. You can get it on GitHub, and we are starting working on the relationships. We will deliver other versions, alpha and then beta, and then we want to provide you the 3.1, the real version, by the end of June. But we have one point which is not fixed now, and which is very important for us. It's the booking, the booking functionality, and we have a lot of work to do on this one. And at the moment, it's not finished, so we don't know exactly when we will deliver the finished version. This version will talk about the relation user experiences, and then it will be compatible with PHP 8.1. Then at the end of the years, we will start to work on the 3.2, and the subject of the 3.2 will be the presentation of the data. Change the presentation of the data, for example, with new dashlet and something like that. For the designer, we will deliver a first version during the second quarter, and the main subject will be the new feature of the 3.1 that you can do through the designer. Then there will be another release during the third quarter, and at the end of the year, we expect to provide you a new release on the ITSM designer with low-code portal editions, because at the moment you have to write XML to customize your portal. For the extensions, we will release the release management extension, which is in pilot for one client for the moment, and will be released by the end of this quarter. Then we will release an extension, action newsroom action. That's something already exists in the community, that the administrator receive newsroom from Combodo in the iTop to inform them about the new release of extension or something like that. No, we want to put it in iTop as an action, such as to replace or to substitute to emails. So a user, when, for example, a support agent, when a ticket is assigned to him, he should receive either an email or a newsroom in the iTop console. Then we would like to deliver a booking extension. That's why we are working on the on iTop 3.1 at the moment, because we want to be able to provide this extension by the end of the year. And you will be able to book a lot of things, such as PC or book an agent to make connection on your PC or something like that. And we would like to work on an extension on timeline view, a new dashlet, which show you a timeline for an object. For example, on a server, you will see all the incident, all the change, and something like that. And the multi-factor authentication, we want to provide you with an extension. As it's a particular subject, we have to work and be sure that what we provide is safe. So that's the reason why we can't do it faster for the moment. Then for the integration, Axelle?
Yes. So for the integration, we will propose 2 new extensions this year. So the first one will be Ansible. So if you remember, we asked you which tools you would like to get to communicate with iTop. And so we decided, we took the 2 winners who were Ansible and OCSNG. So for Ansible, we contacted either community or customers or partner, and so we asked them, okay, you want to communicate with Ansible, but what do you want to do? And so it was not clear for everybody, so we choose, I would say, the most common solution that will answer, I would say, to everybody, to the most people. And so it will be proposed, yes, end of July, maybe beginning of August. The goal of that is that the extension will take the playbook of Ansible, will push them to iTop. Then on iTop, the infra guys will attach the CI to the playbook. And then the extension will push back the playbook with the association of all the CI to Ansible, and so Ansible will be able to run all this playbook on the CI associated. The last question that we have is that, okay, and what about the results? The results can be sent back to iTop, and so based on each line of the CI attached to the playbook, you can see the result. It's done, it's okay, it's a failure, etc. But some customers said, okay, no, we don't want to receive the result on iTop. We prefer to send an incident ticket. So for the moment, we are discussing about that, what we will propose. So I would say we have the main idea, and then now we may contact again customer, or so if you have some needs or some idea, please raise hand and we may contact you to say, okay, what is your opinion about that? And then it will be proposed, so end of July or beginning of August. And then, yes, September or October, we will work on Monday. So Monday was also on the list. It was not on the first and the second one, but it appears as well. So Monday, it's a project management tools, quite I would say play tools or funny tools. It's more common in US. It's more ticketing tools, we would say. For example, imagine that the dev team will work on Monday, the support team will work on iTop, and they will communicate some tickets from Monday to from iTop to Monday. So for example, the support has an issue, it will create a ticket on Monday. The back office team will work on Monday, they will resolve the ticket on Monday, and it will resolve the ticket on iTop. It's like a case exchange. It's the same if you have some topic you use Monday and you really have a need, don't hesitate to come back to us because we are collecting the needs.
Now we'll talk about the maintenance for this year. So on the iTop, we are working on the 3.03 version because we are a little bit late on 3.1, and we want to provide you with some bug fixes and some little announcement. This will be released by the end of the quarter, of this quarter. Then, as the 2.7 is LTS, we continue to provide you with a 6 months maintenance. So the first one will be by the end of June. We will probably release a 3.1.1 version to fix what was done in 3.1. And then by the end of the year, we'll provide a 2.7.10 version. On the extension, we are working on the data collector base on the other collector, vSphere, LDAP, OSSNG, because they were not compatible with PHP 8, though they will be compatible with PHP 8.1, and we have we will provide some enhancements on this one. It would be this month, maybe, or next month. We are also working on the case exchange. So the case exchange is an extension which can be set up only by Combodo or some partners, some Combodo partners. It's already working on more than 10 customers, and it allowed you to exchange tickets between iTop and another system of ticketing. Before releasing the iTop 3.1, we will provide you with a supported extension for this version. Because we have upgraded Symfony, we have to upgrade some extensions. All the extensions will be supported and will support PHP 8.1. We will provide with iTop 3.1 a new communication extension. Today, you can only set communication on the portal. With this new version, you can set communication either on the portal, on the console, or in the login page. We will also provide you with a new ITSM Designer connector. The ITSM Designer connector is the extension which permits you to put your customization from the designer to your iTops. We will provide two enhancements. One which allows you to delegate only the move to production, and the other one is for complex architecture on the clients, which sometimes is quite difficult to do the MTP. The MTP will be done in two steps. One, you will generate a file, and then you will put the file on your iTop. As we already promised, we will provide a new request template, a new extension request, a new version of request template, which allows you to use the API REST to get or to push data in the request templates. But for this one, for this new functionality, you need to have iTop 3.1. By the end of the year, we will work on DB tools with 2 or 3 announcements. We will work too on Camber to make it more flexible. And we would like to work on the data localizer. As today it's only available for portal, we would like to have it available for the console.
So on the integration, you can see OCSNG, why it's in the maintenance. It's because before we provided already an extension OCSNG, but in fact the issue of this extension is that OCSNG, it's really provide too much information. And so the issue with this extension is to try to filter the information, to say, no, I don't want all the driver on my PC. I just want, for example, the library of PHP on my PC. So the goal of this extension is that you will decide the asset category and the software category you want to pull. You will need to set this category on OCSNG. So you will go to OCSNG and you will put your asset category and new software category. And this extension will collect only the category that you decided on iTop. And so it will permit you to filter only the information you want to pull on OCSNG. This extension normally should be ready end of March, beginning of April. This extension is fully based on the new data collector base. This new data collector base has been developed thanks to Azure extension and OCSNG. This new data collector base will propose you an orchestration plan. So you will decide, you will see that in this data collector base, you can decide the plan of the collect. You can decide, okay, I will select first this table, then this table, you will be able to put some rank. You will be able to say, okay, I have all this table, but I don't want to collect this one. So you can refuse to collect one table in the middle. So you will really be able to build a full orchestration plan. Then the second point on this data collector base is that you will have extension folder like you can find on iTop. It's to permit you to extend your collector, because the issue that we had at the beginning, if you provide you, for example, for vSphere or LDAP, imagine that you want to collect new classes. For the moment, you had to update the collector vSphere itself. And if we propose you a new version, then you are stuck, because you will be stuck to notarize what you did. So here you will have a folder extension in which you will put all your JSON, your PHP file to discover all your new classes. And thanks to that, it will extend the collector. And when we will propose you a new collector, you will just put it pass it on the old one. Don't touch your extension folder, and everything will continue to work. And then, like we already told you last year, that we will propose the second version of Azure. This second version will propose you all the IP classes, subnets, etc. It can be fully integrated with TeamIP, TeamIP. And so it can detect at the beginning when you will install it, it will say, okay, you have TeamIP. So in that case, I will direct connect the IP to the IP class of TeamIP. You don't have, okay, so in that case, I just stay with the string attributes on iTop. We also had some attributes, new attributes on the VM class, because the customer, we have feedback from customer on the new version that the customer needs really new attributes, so we integrate in this second version. That should be ready, I would say, end of April.
Bye.
Bye.